What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gmias back in the house. I'm about to go through this divisional playoff round, 2014 divisional playoffs. Well, you know, the 2013-2014 season. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let's see now. Okay. We're going to go right to the Saints at the Seahawks, which I know I predicted the Seahawks to win. It started off pretty, it started off pretty ass-rapey-ish. I expected the Saints to do better, though. They scored a touchdown in garbage time. I don't even know what the fuck they were doing. But this game wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. Percy Harvin having to leave after, I don't know what that, specific injury was, based from what I thought it looked like. Russell Wilson was just, he's just, some games he's going to be electric. The bottom line about Russell Wilson, though, is he's a smart QB. He's going to take what you give him. He's not going to, you're not going to see you'll see these 100 and something yard games, but he'll do stuff with his legs. He'll make stuff happen when it's needed. He's not a stupid quarterback. And I don't expect him to have spectacular numbers like a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady and stuff like that. That's not what I'm expecting from him. What I'm expecting from him is to hand the fucking ball off to Marshawn Lynch, because that guy's a fucking psychopath. That's what I'm expecting. And as long as he does that and that defense keeps playing the way they're playing, like Pete Carroll said, I don't see a weakness in that defense. I just really don't. And having to go to that dome, you know what I'm saying, is just, what is that, CenturyLink? Like their crowd is just so fucking ridiculous. Not only have they broken the Guinness Book of World Records, but it's just so much more. Like the energy level of that crowd leaves much to be desired. Like it's just really, really crazy for you to have to go in there and have to call plays and, actually maneuver and control your offense with that kind of fucking noise. But like I said, it wasn't a game that really excited me because I expected the Seahawks to win, and the 23-15 score, it's not really a real display of what really happened, because it was like a straight hold down butt rape. Basically, it was like a defensive stranglehold, and the Seahawks just let up when nothing else mattered. So, throughout most of the game, they allowed them to come back in. But throughout the whole game, you just knew that the Seahawks were going to win the game. It was a more dominant team. Drew Brees, it's tough. Is he a great QB still? I think he is. Do I think he's going to win another Super Bowl? No, I don't. Not as long as the Seahawks defense is like that. Not as long as the fucking 49ers defense is like that. You got to go through that shit. P. Willis is jacked up on a lot of shit. And Richard Sherman leads that team pretty well. And you got to keep in mind, Browner's out. Like, a lot of shit, they don't even have their full team on defense in Seattle. So, I don't expect much from the Saints going forward. I know it's sad. I know it may dishearten a lot of New Orleans fans, but I'm just being realistic. Unless there's some way able to... The Seahawks beat them when all they had was Marshawn Lynch. When they were fucking 7-9 in that crazy-ass game. So with their defense being the way it is now, I don't expect much for guys having to go through the Seahawks unless they come through with... You give Drew Brees, Calvin Johnson. I just don't see how they can actually get through Seattle. And don't be, what I'm saying? Don't be influenced by the way the score ended, because the game, if you watch the game, it was just straight hold down by wrist action. You know what I'm saying? And the guard turning the other way in the jail cell basically is what happened with this game. So it's nothing really nothing really that struck my interest too much in this game. I think this was a game where everybody picked the Seahawks to win it. The line was 10. I think that was too much, and I bet the Saints with the line, but I had the Seahawks outright. I knew that was going to happen. Colts at the Patriots. Patriots 43, the Colts 22. You know what's fascinating about Andrew Luck is that he could be playing the shittiest football ever, and the commentators are trying to suck him off dry. I don't understand what the fuck was going on in this game, because Tom Brady was, he was just going apeshit like that, just running the offense. Hurry up, run, play, pass, run, play, pass. It was way too much. It was way too much for the Colts defense, Andrew Luck, everything. It was unfair. This is another game that I don't even know how the fuck they scored 22 points. Like, I stopped watching the game after a while. It was just like, it was like going back and forth. I think it was like, I forgot what was going on with it, but it was like the same score for a while. And once Tom Brady started going all Tom Brady on these dumb motherfuckers, I just like, listen. I had enough of this shit. So I watched all the way throughout, and then towards the end, when it was just like, you know, what is Andrew Luck going to do? Throw another pick? Like, he has nothing else left in him. You know, I don't expect Andrew Luck to go in there against a Bill Belichick fucking, you know what I'm saying, defense, second-year QB and beat my man Bill Belichick, a.k.a. Mr. Spygate himself. I don't expect that to happen. So, I had to take the Patriots. There was really no other way for me to go with that. What did I like? The Colts, they have to make a decision about Trent Richardson. That was a really bad pickup, and people have to start to understand now that they have to cut their losses. He's a fucking bum. And Jim Brown, like I said, Jim Brown is crazy as fuck. Like, he's an old man just saying whatever he wants, taking advantage of his old age. He's saying whatever the fuck he wants. But Jim Brown was right about Trent Richardson. He's a fucking bum, bro. Listen, I don't want to hear about offensive lines. I don't want to hear about nothing else. Because fucking Brown has the same fucking lines to run through, and he's doing that much better. So, Colt fans, look, you want to get better? I don't know if he's going to get better in the offseason. I don't know if the whole trip there made him change up the way he usually plays. I don't know. I'm not a fucking mind reader. All I can tell you is this. That motherfucker sucks. From what I saw from him being traded there, he sucks. They have to figure something out. Other than that, Andrew Luck has to really cut down on turnovers. I remember Skip Bayless saying that he's a game manager. He's calling him like Alex Smith now. I don't think that he's at that point to be a game manager. I disagree with Skip Bayless on that. I think that he has potential to be unleashed. It just depends on the play calling and how much freedom they give him. And he needs more weapons. T.Y. Hilton is 2'3". He's fast as shit, but when it comes down to it, placing the ball, like, that's why I give Cam Newton a lot of respect. When you got receivers like Steve Smith, like short guys, it's hard to place the ball there. You need some height. And if T.Y. Hilton is his only fucking threat, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, somebody got to give him something else. Give him, you know, Reggie Wayne, you know, had his period the whole fucking second half of the season. You know, he has no targets. Fleener's pretty decent, but, you know, he has a habit of dropping the fucking ball. So I really don't know about the Colts. I have no fucking idea what's going on. Does he need more weapons? Yes. Do I think he's a game manager? No. Should the running back be fucking gone like yesterday? Yes. Trent Richardson should be removed. I believe they have to make a decision in the offseason. If they bring him back, he better be spectacular in fucking spring training camp. He better be fucking spectacular. Otherwise, they don't need him. They would have did much better without him. He couldn't even pick up 1 yard, like short, like fourth and short. He couldn't pick up third and short. Like, this guy's a fucking bum. He's strong and big, but I don't think he fits right with the Colts. Maybe someplace else. I don't know. Because if fat-ass Mike Tolbert can be a fucking all-pro, Trent Richardson should be doing something. The Patriots, they look good, even without some of their weapons. What is his fucking name? Tom Brady looked pretty good with the throws. I liked some of the darts that he made. He hit some nice darts in the seams of the defense. That was really, really impressive. I can't really... It's going to be defensive. It's going to be defense that fucks the Patriots. You know, I know they got some really good, you know, new defensive players and shit like that. You know, Talib, when he's not shooting his fucking sister's boyfriend, he's out there playing D. But I think the defense is what's going to come back to hurt them next week against the Broncos. Because the Colts had time. Bill Belichick just he knew how to play call against Luck. You know, film study is a motherfucker. And Tom Brady doesn't have a lot of weapons, and he knows how to utilize what he has. So I'm not really worried about them next week going in scoring points, because they're not playing against a fucking giant defense from when he took him out when he had Randy Moss or whatever, you know, a situation like that when they had decent offenses. That's not the case. I think that he can make do with what he has. Missing Gronk is a big deal, but I don't see it being that big of a deal against the Broncos next week. But in this game in particular, the Colts have they have a great fucking front four. And the Patriots offensive line stepped up and was like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I got the fucking handcuffs for your cock, and just locked up. So with that being the case, looking forward next week, I like what I saw from the Patriots. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Tom Brady's confidence. And let's face it, the Ravens are not there. The Ravens are the only team that makes Tom Brady shit bricks. So he's probably just right now having a Mai Tai and getting a fucking pedicure and about to put his fucking nice feet in his Uggs. He's just chilling right now. He's not. Plus, he knows he has Peyton Manning's mind, and as soon as he steps on the field, Peyton Manning's probably going to piss in his uniform, and that's the mental edge that I think is going to make the difference next week, leading up to the conference championships. But for this particular game, I liked what I saw from the Patriots. Defensively, the Colts could have penetrated that defense a lot more, but that goes back to bad play calling, and that's the only weakness I see pretty much with the Patriots is their defense. Offensively, they look pretty good for what Tom Brady has to work with. Let's go to the next divisional playoff game. 49ers at the Carolina Panthers. 49ers 23, the Panthers 10. I really thought the Panthers had a shot to win this game. But then again, the play calling. Like, if it's fourth down and it's 4th and 1 at the goal line, and you know that P. Willis, Navarro Bowman, Aldon Smith, Justin Smith, all these fucking big boys, if you know that these boys are the guys that are there, and they're the guys that want to clog the hole up, Brooks, why the fuck are you not spreading out the fucking offense? Why would you go to your enemy's strongest point? I don't understand it. I don't give a fuck about goal line formations. You don't run goal line formations against a team like the 49ers when all their guys are eating fucking kids to get to their size. These guys are fucking mammoths. What the fuck are they doing? And then you do it twice. You leave the points on the board. Like you just leave it on the table. You leave all your points on the table because you go for it, which is commendable with Riverboat Ron. It's commendable to go for it on 4th down, but it's how you go for it on 4th down. Like, why the fuck would Cam Newton duck his head down to go for 4th and inches and not jump over the top when you're Superman? Like, what the fuck was... Look, I don't know. And Kaepernick, like, straight disrespected him. And I loved every fucking minute of it when he opened his shirt and showed his ass. They knew they had him. And look, advantage-wise, the Panthers don't have that offensive weapons that the 49ers have. We all know that. Crabtree, the Boldens, the fucking Vernon Davis, all that shit going on over there. So, the Panthers winning this game, if they would have won this game, that would have been all Cam. If I'm the offensive coordinator, and you know, I heard the commentator saying they were worried about him taking hits. You can't be worried about Cam Newton taking hits at this point. It's the fucking playoffs. He has a fucking 2'3" wide receiver in Steve Smith that made a hell of a catch in the first half, but he was hurt. You could see it in his knee in the second half. It's gonna wind down. Those shots that you take prior to the game, it's gonna wind down. It's gonna come back to reality. You're gonna start to feel pain again, and that's all he had. Olsen got open once. You know what I'm saying? You got P. Willis out there. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, the 49, you got to give this guy, you know, what is it? Is it Jim Harbaugh a lot of credit? Because Mike Singletary tried, but he was too stern. The modern day athlete can't take as much toughness. You got to be very, very jovial and stern at the same time. And Mike Singletary looked like he wanted to fucking put everybody on his lap and beat the shit out of him. That's why it didn't last. And you got to give Jim Harbaugh a lot of credit for being able to infiltrate these players' mind and get them to where they need to be. For 3 years going to the championship game, that's not a bad feat. 3 straight years as the head coach, 3 straight conference championships. And yeah, he inherited a hell of a team. And a lot of other coaches would have probably been able to do the same thing. But we're talking about reality, and he's there right now. And this team is a very, very tough team to play. And the Panthers having no fucking weapons other than Steve Smith. And Steve Smith being not real, like, you know what I'm saying? Him being a threat, I would take that because he's small and fast. We put a big guy on him, you know what I'm saying, and have a safety over the top. He's pretty much finished. There's nobody else stepping up to make a play. He's pretty much the only guy you got to worry about. And then when you have the opportunities in the goal line, you don't fucking go tight with regular goal line formation. You spread you pitch outside. You take advantage of the edges. Why the fuck are you trying to go up the middle? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going into the mouth of the monster. It was so stupid and annoying watching that shit. And Cam Newton played out of his mind in the first half. He wasn't really standing up like an erected penis. He was very, very loose. I know all you guys saw it. He was elastic. He was running. He was going. You know, did a couple read options, kept it, went, showed his speed. That's what Cam Newton has to do. That's what made Cam Newton Cam Newton. You can't, these receivers on the outsides are fucking bums. Steve Smith might have to just hang it up. I'm sorry. You know, you had a long career. You might have to hang it up. You're not doing anything right now. Olsen has to step up. They need another receiver. LaFell had some good plays. He trucked the shit out of somebody, but, you know, he needs deep threat. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you know, I understand you got Teddy Ginn, but Teddy Ginn be dropping the ball a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's just, he needs a tall, deep threat. You know what I'm saying? He needs somebody else that can help him out on the outside. And Cam Newton will be fine. I like the outlook of the Panthers. Because defensively with Kuechly and all them boys, I'm telling you right now, it's only a matter of time. And that was a toss-up with this game. And it could have went either way. But it didn't go that way. Yeah, and I wanted to touch on something that Troy Aikman said about Bolden. You know, he said he's getting tired of seeing Bolden get up in the receiver's face. Excuse me, Troy Aikman. Bro, I watched you playing those playoff games. You were fired up too. You're a quarterback, so you have no business being out there, but you were fired up doing stupid shit too. It's all in the nature of the game. And I like what Jim Harbaugh said. He wants more of that. That's what you need. That's the intensity, and that's the problem with the NFL. You try to make these guys robotic. You don't want these guys to have any emotions. Well, fuck you, Mr. Aikman, because I like him doing that. And so did Sterling Sharp. That's what you need to do. You have to be emotional. Of course, you got to tone it down. You don't want to get a flag. The man didn't get a fucking flag. He knows how to do it. He gets into these guys' mind because he knows he's a great receiver. That's the difference. He knows he's a great receiver. Bolden knows he could take the hit over the middle. He knows what he could do. And guess what? When he fucks up and he doesn't make a catch, he just walks away. And that's what I like about Bolden. He'll just walk away, go right back to the huddle, be ready to go again because he wants to get back to make that play. So you can't stop me. You already took away their celebrations. It was probably Mr. Aikman and these other fucking guys that voted on having this shit removed. Like, how do you want to make these guys robotic? I understand Barry Sanders would just hand the ball to the ref, but everybody's not Barry Sanders. Everybody can be a short butterball that burns every fucking body and nobody knows how the fuck he's juking them. Everybody can't do that. You can't take away the fucking the emotion and the animation of the fucking league because you don't like to see it. Go fuck yourself. That's what it's about. It's about how you show that you want to win. That's the fire. And he didn't get a penalty. Other guys did because he knows how to tone it down. And that fires up his team. And they needed that being on the road. And you saw what happened? Look at what happened. When Jim Harbaugh started getting crazy, fucking Bolden is the one that calmed him down. It's a game. It's a mental game. It's getting a mental edge. And you play football, Mr. Aikman. So how the fuck are you saying that? That's what it's about. It's about emotion. Lawrence Taylor, them boys used to go out there and do that shit. Strahan, a lot of emotion. That's what you gotta do. You gotta have an edge. And the more everyone tries to take it out the game, the more it's gonna be robotic, the more bullshit we're just gonna get. We might as well just go back to the fucking Tecmo Bowl days. For all my guys that know what Tecmo Bowl was. And just watch shit running like a robot, like it's Minecraft. That's what you're gonna get if you don't want emotion in it. And like I said, if Bolden was getting penalties, I understand that. Tone it down. But he knew how to control himself. And then to show that he knew it was a game, he went and calmed his coach down when his coach was raging. It's all a system that they use. And it worked out beautifully because guess what? They got the fucking win and they're moving on. That's all that matters. And Aikman, you were a fucking, you know, what is it, a 3-time Super Bowl champion? Like, bro, you understand that emotions. You know Michael Irvin, fresh off his crack binge, was in there going crazy. And he was on the field doing the same shit. And I never once heard you say you didn't like Michael Irvin doing it. Now Bolden's doing it. Quite frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing it every week. Well, fuck you. Don't watch the game then. Get another fucking job. Go commentate another game. Because he's going to keep on doing that shit. And I love that he did it. His teammates needed that fire. You're on the fucking road. You got to go out there and do what you got to do. That pissed me off with him saying that. Because it's not like he was getting a penalty. He had just enough fire in him to get the fucking job done. Congratulations to the 49ers and their fan base. Next game. Chargers at Broncos. Broncos 24, Chargers 17. This is another game that the Broncos let the Chargers right back in there. And look, I tweeted before the game started, I felt that the Chargers had a very, very good chance to win this game. Why? No Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? It's even though they went through most of the season without him, he's a guy that would have been a big difference maker. And of course he wanted to juice and, you know, whatever policy he broke and he got suspended the first half of the season and all the bullshit. But he's a very, very good person to have out there on the field. And I really like what Phillip Rivers is doing when he's not fucking his wife. Because I think he, you know what I'm saying, bro, this guy just wants to fuck all day. The guy about to go on his 8th kid next week. But Ryan Matthews not being able to finish the game hurt. You know, Danny Woodhead was bottled up. The Broncos defense played very, very well. Peyton Manning should have scored more points, but he had a lot of drops. Like, Peyton Manning is great. I'm not saying that he's not, but he needs help. And Wes Welker dropping that fucking back shoulder throw when the defender wasn't even but bro, the defender had no idea what the fuck was going on. Peyton Manning placed it so beautifully. And this, Welker, I can't wait to see him play against the Patriots next week because that's why they got rid of his dumb ass. Other than the money, like if you're a guy that can be a difference maker, they're gonna keep you. But whenever it's a catch that he has to make, Welker always drops the ball. And until he makes that spectacular catch, that's what he's going to be. And if Peyton Manning goes in to this game at home next week and beats the Patriots, listen, I don't want to hear shit more about it because the Patriots is the problem for fucking, Manning's career. Bill Belichick is the fucking problem. Bill Belichick is the Michael Jordan to the Charles Barkley for fucking Manning. That's because Bill Belichick has fucked this guy's career over and over again. This man has been unbelievable, even without a defense when he was in Indy. And somehow he keeps getting fucked by the Pats. So now, this is all you need. He goes in here, he gets this done. It's nothing you can say to Peyton Manning. And that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the Chargers anymore because they had no business scoring 17 points. And then the Broncos on those 3rd and 17s and all those plays, leaving the fucking biggest tight end. Like, he was like the #1 fantasy tight end. You're going to really leave Thomas open? Like, seriously? Like, that's the kind of D you playing? Manti Te'o has a concussion, and that's the only way he can see his girlfriend? Like, what the fuck is going on in this goddamn Chargers defense? You got all this fucking... It's 3rd and long. How the fuck do you not stop this man? How do you not stop this man on 3rd and 17? And then you give up another 3rd down play. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, it was just like a fairy tale being written and you knew it was going to happen. Manti Te'o out with a concussion. You would think the motherfucker always had a concussion. He was dating somebody that didn't exist. I'd have just put the motherfucker right back out there. Like, what the... You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, how does he fail a concussion test? His brain cannot be working properly because he was dating an imaginary bitch. So how did they evaluate him having a concussion? That pissed me off. Should have sent his dumb ass back out there. He probably would have seen the bitch on the other side of the fucking offensive line instead of fucking Peyton Manning. Maybe he would have got a goddamn sack. Either way, the Chargers fucked up the whole situation because they waited until the fucking last quarter to step up and do anything. You can't fucking play like this. You cannot play like this. This is craziness. You got to go out and leave it all on the floor. All that, bro, all in the field. Why the fuck are you coming out running the ball 3 times in a row? Why are you running the ball so much? Phillip Rivers has been playing out of his mind. Let him win or lose the game for you. Why are these coordinators changing up everything? You're not going to come out and start running the ball against Denver Broncos all of a sudden. They're going to know that pretty much they're going to have the guys there ready to go for that because you think Danny Woodhead is a fucking all-star. You got to abuse the DBs. Stay away from, you got Roger Cromartie one time. That man is a crazy-ass man-to-man coverage guy, and he's fast as shit. So other than him, the other guy I'll take advantage of. We saw what happened when he went out of a game. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why guys change their whole shit, but you know what? It is what it is. The Chargers let it go. They let it slip through their hands. Now you got to go through a whole nother season of Phillip Rivers probably not coming back to be Phillip Rivers and fucking his wife too much and having 19 kids during the season. Congratulations. You had a great season. It could have been better. They could have pulled this game out. Even with Peyton Manning's... They had like 5 jobs, Peyton Manning. That would have been probably touchdowns. And they would have let Phillip Rivers win this game for them, like win or lose it, put it in his hands, it would have been a different turnout. And that's pretty much what it is. Looking forward to next week, though, with the conference championships. We got the Patriots at the Broncos. I like the Broncos. Because at some point, you got to expect that he's going to get over this fucking hump. You got to expect that this man's going to get over the hump. You have to. It's no way you can't think that. Manning has to get over the fucking hump. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Broncos against the Patriots. If the Pats win, all right, bro. Listen, Bill Belichick, if the Patriots win this game, the Patriots will win the Super Bowl, and I will be fucking livid, but not livid at the same time. The reason I'll be livid is because the Broncos allowed him to get there, and Peyton Manning should be able to beat this team because he has a defense now, and he has great offensive weapons. But I want the Patriots sort of to win so we can get rid of that whole Spygate bullshit. Because even after Spygate, they've always been in contention. They've always made these plays. They've always done what they needed to do. So they show they can win without all the other bullshit that they've been accused of. So that's all I want to see. If it happens that way, I won't be mad. But I would like for Peyton Manning to just say, I beat Tom Brady a second time in the playoffs, and you know what I'm saying? I was able to go on from that point. That's it. The Seahawks at the 49ers. This right here scares me, bro. This really scares me. Because this is a definite toss-up. You're talking about two crazy-ass defenses that are just monsters. And am I crazy to say that I like the way Kaepernick is playing in the playoffs? And I think that I like him more than fucking Russell Wilson at this point? Am I fucking crazy? I don't know. I think Russell Wilson is a very smart quarterback. I just Kaepernick opening up his shirt and disrespecting Cam Newton like that and playing with that energy and understanding and utilizing what he has with as far as weapons go. I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers won this game. I would not fucking be surprised. I really just would not be surprised. It's so close. I can see the Broncos airing out the Patriots. I cannot see the Seahawks airing out the 49ers. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I want the home teams to stand up. But realistically, like with me realistically thinking, I think it's a great possibility that the Super Bowl will be the Patriots versus the 49ers. But on paper, the way I'm betting right now, I'm taking the Broncos and the Seahawks. So leave your comments. Let me know if I'm a douchebag with a fucking, you know what I'm saying, with a micro penis. And I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this divisional playoff round recap. And I'll see you guys next week. One love.